Hey, I'm Noah from Thrive, and in this video, I'm going to take you through my web development process end to end from the moment I first talk to a client on the phone to the launch of their website. What you're looking at here is the workflow I take people through, and it's color coded, and there's decision trees and the different things you're going to be seeing in this diagram. You're going to see client actions, meetings with the client, emails or communications I'm sending to them. There's some decision trees, some end of the lines when basically there's no more relationship, when they make payments, and sign off milestones. So I don't know about you, but I am a big fan of process. There's something really comforting for me to know that I can have a predictable outcome if I just follow a set number of steps. Now, I've been in business for 18 years and I've refined this process. This is unique to me, and I've received a lot of training and education to get me to this point. And I'm transparent about my process because I think it's really important for clients to know what they're getting into, what's going to be required of them. They need to be assured that there's actually some thought that goes into this, that we're not cowboy coders or designers flying by the seat of our pants. We actually have a plan. We're going to stick to it. We're going to deliver some fantastic results. Okay, that being said, let's get into this process. So somebody calls me, or I get a referral, or somebody finds me online, sends me an email, fills out a contact form. The very first thing I need to do is get on the call with them and figure out what they need, who they are, who they service, and is this a website project? Is there branding? Is there marketing? Do we need copywriting? Is there photography involved? Really get into what is the basis of this project and what does success look like for them. I'm also trying to figure out, are they a good fit for me personality-wise? Is this project a good fit for me? Is their budget a good fit? And do they respect my process? Do they respect that I actually have a process? Or do they actually want to run it all themselves? Like, are they looking for an extra set of hands, or are they looking for an expert to guide them down this pathway to satisfy their goals? They're the expert at what they want to achieve, and I can actually even help that as well. But my job is to then run them through a process that will get them there. Okay, now I have two products that I sell, two actual brands. I have Ahoy Digital. This is for the more budget conscious clients, or for clients that just need a website that will position them well online, but it's just a website. There's no marketing run to it. There's no major branding. It's a website that converts, professional, mobile friendly. And so for some clients, that works just great. And so I take them down this path where there actually isn't a proposal because it's a fixed product. It's just an agreement. And so I'll send them to the agreement. I'll send them to the intake form. And then I'll do some email follow-ups with them, maybe for about 2 weeks. And then I'll finally send a close the loop email just to make sure, are you sure you want to move forward? And if not, it's all good. But I do that closed loop just to kind of energetically close that off. Now, if they are a more custom solution, a more bespoke, a larger, maybe e-commerce, maybe membership, or have a lot of components, they're going to do a lot of marketing. If they need a lot of optimization or split testing, I will go down this route of bespoke. So what we need to do in this case is actually have some conversations, some really deep conversations to understand more about what needs to be done. I see a lot of projects fail because they don't go through a robust strategy session. We actually have 2 of them as part of this package. It is a $1,000 agreement that we enter into. As part of that, we take 2 different meetings, as you can see here. I give them a number of different pieces of homework. And at the end of that, we actually figure out what this is going to cost, how long it's going to take, and the scope of the project. We may involve our marketing team. We may involve our branding team in this, and this is all just the flow for that. Once we're in agreement on price and scope and timeline, I will send off this final proposal, and they will sign it and pay the deposit, and the project kicks off. We'll send them a welcome packet, some educational pieces on how to get content to us, graphics. We will create all the things we need on our end to track the project in our software, our time tracking, our password storage, all that good stuff. And then one of the first things we do within the project is to figure out what pages are going to be on this website. This is called a sitemap. And if there is SEO as part of this project, if this is part of a marketing effort, we then involve our SEO expert, Cliff, to meet with us, and then we all meet with the client to discuss the sitemap and get that all ironed out and fixed. We'll summarize that in an email. We'll then create that sitemap and email them saying it's ready for them to sign off. The client will sign off here, as you can see in purple. And then we have another decision to make. Is there branding or a logo that is going to be created as part of this project? Now, if Thrive is doing that work, we will send them an intake form. We'll create the logo, email them that it's ready to sign off, and they'll sign off on it. Sometimes clients have a third party working on their branding, but also sometimes the branding's already set, and so that's why there's this no path down here. But it all leads down, once the logo is created, it all moves down to the design and development phase for the website. So we will create a homepage design using lorem ipsum text. A good example of that would be this page right here that we're working on for a client, right? We've created the headings, but it's all lorem ipsum. So this is like a ready to go homepage. This is a really, in my opinion, nice looking website and very clean and clear, but we don't write the content right away, or we don't have the client write the content right away. So we do the homepage design. We then meet with the client for their revision. They actually provide the feedback on that call using a piece of software called Project Huddle. We then email them showing those changes that they would like to make. They can see it visually, what feedback they've given, and then they can provide a little bit more feedback if they'd like. And then feedback is done, and we implement that first round of feedback. We then email them here saying your feedback is done. Please review it. They can then provide another round of feedback, a minor round of revisions for that homepage. And by now we've nailed it. They just need a little bit of extra feedback possibly. And then they'll sign off on the homepage. Once the homepage is completed, we then move on to the subpage design, once again using lorem ipsum text. Once again, we'll review it with the client and do the feedback on that live video call. We'll then email them saying, hey, is there anything else you'd like to get changed on these subpages? They can provide that round of feedback, and then we implement that last round of subpage feedback, and then they sign off on the subpages. So I'm going to zoom out here for a second. So we have obviously gone through this first top part. We figured out what needs to be done, created a contract, signed it. We've then gone to the second level here and written out the sitemap as well as the logo design. And now we've gone to this third level here where we've done the design development for the homepage and the subpages. Next thing is to do the content. And before we do that, this website is like ready to go. Like all it needs to be done is the content put back in. So that's what we asked for another milestone payment. So this is 40% payment. So now another decision needs to be made. Do they have a copywriter, or are they writing the content themselves? Now, if they're writing the content themselves, we need to train them on how to edit the content of their website. This is actually very easy to do. We do it over video. We provide that video to them so they can train their additional staff, and then they will write that content and enter it into the website. Now, there is an option as well, though, if the client just really doesn't want to put in the content themselves, we're happy to do it. We do give, if they provide all the content at one time, we're happy to put in that content for them. They still need to be trained on how to edit their content, because moving forward, they're going to change all the images and content themselves. Like, we give them that ability. Now, if they have a copywriter, or if they're using our copywriter, the copywriter needs to interview that company, and it needs to review their existing content and then write the new pages, and the client then needs to sign off on that content. And now it's time to set the website live. A couple things we've got to do. We need to make sure that it's mobile friendly. We got to make sure that it loads very quickly. We do some more pre-launch activities. We go live, and then some post-launch activities. This is just a bunch of just technical stuff we do before and after to make sure that it's all set. Then we do a final training session with the client over a video screen share. Once again, that's recorded and sent to them so they can train additional staff. And then the final 10% payment of the project is due. And then the start of the 30-day no questions asked warranty starts for the website. And then we have a meeting with the client 30 days and 90 days after go live, just to make sure everything is going smoothly, that they're able to edit their content without any issues. And it's just a nice touch point to see how many new leads they are receiving and how people are reacting to the website, their existing clients. So this is my process, and I got to say, I love it. I love process. I love working within this system. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Please subscribe to my channel here and check out some of these other videos. Thanks so much.